May 2024, Chilean Senator Karim Bianchi relays what appears to be for the first time on TV that he was actually abducted in 2012. Karim Bianchi is a sitting senator for Chile's Antarctic district, and he relays in this news show his amazing story, complete with missing time, owls, and what appears to be an alien person, human from another planet, giving him secret NASA documents. It's just an amazing story. Thanks for being here. Chris Lehto, welcome to LehtoFiles. This is from X post by Roni Vernet. Senator Karim Bianchi from Chile telling for the first time he was abducted by a flying saucer in the Chilean Antarctic region 2012.
El marido, la pata y todos fueron juntos.
A ver,
Abducidos.
Ah, sí. Ya, pero no es.
No, pero en serio.
No.
Por la ISAPRE, ¿no?
En serio, venía camino de Natales a Punta Arenas. Se me acerca una luz que giraba grande, un platillo. Se me apaga el vehículo.
Se le apaga
el vehículo, me ves ahí. Venía conversando por teléfono con alguien, se apagó todo. Y luego aparezco cerca de 200 kilómetros más adelante.
No, pero está contando.
Cerca de 200 kilómetros más adelante. Y con la persona que estaba hablando le dije, ya llegué. Y después de ese evento veía búhos y lechuzas en todas partes. Tuve que averiguar si una persona experta.
¿Se sacó
sí,
la carta?
entonces no me saqué la carta, pero tenía un significado de que uno veía por el giro de
del cogote de la
del
lechuza.
cogote y de los ojos. Y me regalaron. Llegó una persona, me regaló un búho, vi una amiga con una polera de búho, pero lo peor no fue eso.
Okay, the delivery of that is just so amazing with the ooze from the crowd and the cheesy music. They even play X-Files music in there, which is terrible. But this is a serious event, like he says, and he is a sitting senator in Chile, and he seems very serious about this. So that aired 10 May 2024, and he talks about his encounter here in Chile, way down in the southern district. I mean, basically near Antarctica, in the Antarctic region. And he's driving from Puerto Natales down to Punta Arenas. This is a very isolated region out in the middle of nowhere. And he says he's talking on the phone to someone when he sees a light approach, an actual flying saucer approaches. And then his car actually shuts off. He thought there was some electrical problem with his car. His car shuts off. And then he is transported. Basically, he said the next minute, he is 180 kilometers further along. 180 kilometers further along in the next minute. He told the person he was talking to that he had arrived. This happened in 2012, and he said he saw owls after that. Owls are in the mythology of UAPs and UFOs. For whatever reason, if you guys can let me know more in the comments, is why are owls referenced in many of these cases? But he said could just be coincidence. He said his friend was wearing an owl t-shirt. Someone gave him an owl. But Senator Bianchi continues, that was not the most interesting or scary part, he says, besides the owls. He mentions when he touched people, it was actually electrical. He felt electrical charge, and he had a visitor who gave him some interesting documents and a message he's supposed to send to the rest of us.
Polera de búho, pero lo peor no fue eso. Lo peor fue que llegó a mi oficina, yo trabajaba en una radio.
¿Esto qué año fue?
Esto fue el 2012. Llegó un viejo pelado chico a mi oficina y me trajo unos papeles y me dijo usted...
También un viejo pelado chico, cagó el cuento. Estábamos con tensión aquí.
Usted tiene que difundir el mensaje. Y me trajo unos papeles que eran secretos de la NASA, me los trajo ahí, y él me dijo que era una persona de otro planeta y que yo, en vista que había sido abducido, me traía esos documentos que todavía los tengo ahí. Yo tocaba a alguien y hacía electricidad durante como un año.
Okay, so two interesting points there. The first is, after the event, he said an old bald man came to visit him in his office when he's working at a radio station. He says in a later interview, it was because he worked in media that he had the ability to transmit the message. The old man gave him the message that there are other planets, basically other people living on other planets out there, and he's supposed to spread the word. The old man also gave him documents, supposed documents from NASA, or NASA secret documents that Karim said he still has to this day. And like he said there, he's supposed to spread the message that apparently there are other humans living on other planets. Unbelievable stuff. And finally, he says whenever he shook hands with someone, he would feel electric energy, some sort of electrification for a year after, he said. And so that was the scariest part, is that this man who he didn't know came to his office and knew about this event that it sounds like he didn't relay. This news just came out, though, 10 May. So it'd be interesting to see what further details come out of it. He is a sitting senator in Chile. So it seems a very interesting story and an amazing story to me. The story reminds me of one of my favorite interviews on this channel with another abductee with missing time. Missing time seems to be a common theme throughout these abduction stories, was with Mario Woods. Mario Woods had a UFO encounter near Ellsworth Air Force Base in 1977. During his shift, he and his partner, Michael Johnson, received an alert about a breach at a nuclear missile silo. So he was actually a nuclear missile defender, security forces, highly credible, highly trusted member of our Air Force. And there was a breach at November 5. As they investigated, they drove up in their F-150 truck. When they arrived, they encountered a massive spherical glowing object hovering right above November 5, above the silo. They were actually frozen in the F-150. The air was sucked out of the cab. And his partner, Michael Johnson, couldn't move, frozen, holding on to the steering wheel. Mario Woods then remembers a black object basically shifting around. He looks out his right window and sees 4 aliens, 3 smaller ones and 1 larger one. Actual alien beings approach the window of the truck, and then he blacks out. He wakes up 5 hours later, and he's actually miles away. He's 5 miles away with the truck, in the truck, near a dam. So completely transported to a different location, disoriented. He gets out of the truck and is able to radio back to headquarters, and they actually come out direction find to where his location is and find him. He was treated poorly, very terribly by the Air Force after that, interrogated. He even had some burns, if I remember correctly, and missing parts, small little missing parts on his ankle and his forearm. Through later hypnosis, he goes back and remembers that he was on the ship, was taken onto the ship, him and Michael Johnson, and somehow operated on or messed with by these alien beings. Just an amazing story from a very credible, highly trusted person in our Air Force. If you haven't checked out that abduction story, that interview on my channel, I highly recommend it. Amazingly compelling story. And Mario Woods is very credible. I trust him fully. Interesting also is Richard Doty, of all people, was at the debriefing in 1977. I did ask Klaus Svahn if there were abductions in Sweden. He said they weren't very common in Sweden, but it appears like, at least in 2012, occurrences, at least, in Chile. And hear from a senator. What do you guys think of the message that he's supposed to relay to the rest of us, that there are other humans out there, other planets, extraterrestrial life that appears very much similar to us? What about the owls? Do you think it's just a coincidence that he sees all these owls, or the electrification? I hadn't heard that before, where for a year after the event, he would feel some sort of electric shock whenever he shook hands with people. And what about the NASA documents? Do you think we'll ever get to see these secret NASA documents that he says? And what could they actually be? It's a very interesting story. Subscribe to get future updates on this story and others. If you did like this video, hit the like button, please. If you want to support the channel further, get exclusive content, go to patreon.com/ChrisLehto. You can also become a YouTube member like these fine people here. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.